I'm bored. Are you bored? Let's talk.
The Bored Milf.
What? I pressed record. What? I didn't press record.
Hey everyone, it's your girl, the Bored Milf, and today we have an episode of Story Time.
Why are you whispering?
Because that's what I do with Story Time.
So I gotta whisper my whole story?
No, you don't gotta whisper. That shit, I can just do my intro the way I want to. Anyway, so it's story time, and today's stories are going to be about
What? And so now I'm supposed to talk?
funny, drunk stories. So, I'm bored. Are you bored? Let's talk. So, do we have a sponsor today?
Oh, you're just gonna go right to the sponsor?
Yep.
Honestly, I was trying to go sponsorless today, but since you want to put me on the spot for a sponsor,
Yeah.
honestly, we should do it to just alcohol in general. Like, whatever your favorite drink is, whatever your go-to. But I'm talking about getting hammered type drink, not your whole, a beer here or a glass of wine or something.
How do people get drunk off of beer? Like, you have to drink a lot of beer to get drunk,
Some
right?
people do that. I don't drink beer at
know.
all, so kind of hard for me.
I drink if it has to be beer, I drink
What?
Angry Orchard.
Oh, okay.
I think it's pretty good, especially
I mean,
with
I don't
pizza.
drink beer, but I'll drink that.
Yeah. Okay. So it has to be like outright, like the most
Just
fucked
whatever
up
you,
drinks.
whatever,
Strong shit.
whatever gets you there. If it's 17 beers, then that's fine. You want to drink 37 wine coolers? Fine. But whatever you drink that gets you there, that's what I'm talking about today. That's our sponsor.
Yeah, I'm more of a smoker myself, but in my younger
That's
days,
not really what we're talking about today. So.
I know. In my younger days,
Not gonna
I have some stories. Because I had my kids young,
Right.
so any chance I could be able to get out once they got like a little bit older or whatever, or who would be able to watch them if I got out, I was able to go out and try to enjoy the younger parts of my years or whatever.
Right.
One story me and my best friend tell over and over and over again. Oh,
Okay.
Did you want to go first? I'm sorry.
No, you already started.
Okay, so me and my best friend, she wanted to take me out, and so she calls me, says, "Yeah, we're gonna go out, blah blah blah. We're gonna go to this bar. What was it, Murphy's or something like that, right?
Don't matter.
But gonna go out to a bar, whatever." And I said, "Okay, cool." She says, "And I got something special. When you get in the car, we're gonna have like a little pregame
Oh God.
before
I can just
we
imagine what it's gonna be.
before we before we go." So that we don't have to spend so much money, in just in case, like, there's not guys there that could, like, buy us drinks and stuff. So I was like, okay, that's what's up. That's cool. So she comes, picks me up. As soon as I get in the car, she's like, "Hey, how you doing? How's everything going? Blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Everything's cool, blah, blah, blah." I said, "So what's this special thing? What are you talking about?" And she's like, "So, you know how Jay-Z and everybody's talking about Cristal?" I was like, yeah.
And nigga
So
said,
she was
Chris?
She said, "I got Cristal."
Wait, I don't get the joke.
It's a like I'm not sure if it's like a gin or something that she bought, but it was, the word clearly on there was crystal. It wasn't Cristal, because I think
Wait.
Is it? Is it Crystal? I said, "That's not Cristal, that's Crystal.
Wow.
Where's Crystal?" She said, "Oh, okay, well, I don't care. We're getting fucked up tonight." And I was like, okay. I was like, "That's what's up."
Yeah, you drinking some cheap ass crystal? Yeah, you getting drunk.
So we're drinking that, and it tastes like licorice. It's like, so, like, it's strong, but it was so gross. Like, why does alcohol have to be so gross to make you feel good sometimes, And so we go into the bar, There's a DJ, you know, that like DJs be up in a booth sometimes or whatever. So that's the type of bar it was. DJ was up in the booth, and we had her friend with us, and so the friend, you know, she ordered a drink, I ordered a drink, and then my bestie ordered a drink.
Okay.
And then so so now my bestie, she has a knack. She has this thing where she can get men to buy drinks, like, you know what I mean, like she's
I just thought that's the thing that women do.
I don't do that. I have
Okay. Excuse me.
I don't have that ability at all when I go anywhere. Like, I don't have the ability to attract a guy that's gonna be like, hey sugar, let me buy you a drink.
Wow, who says that?
I don't know, but that's what older guys say. Hey sugar, let me buy you a drink.
Okay.
Beautiful. They call you beautiful.
Talks
hey,
like that.
Hey beautiful. That's what I get. Hey beautiful. Hey gorgeous. Let me buy you a drink. But they don't never say buy you a drink. It's like, what you doing at this? You're like, bitch, like, fuck out of here. But anyway.
Okay.
So she wound up getting a guy, like one guy. He bought all three of us a shot. And then later, like, I'm not sure how long it was between, but another guy, she was flirting with him from across the table, and then he wound up buying us actual like drinks or whatever like that. Now, mind you, we already drank in the car, so we were pretty much drunk. Like, I was pretty much drunk because I'm not
crystal.
the crystal. I'm not that big of a drinker, so my tolerance is very low.
Yeah.
Except for I found out Patron. But anyway, okay, back to the story.
Yeah,
okay,
please continue
I know.
your story.
So anyway, so what happened? So now if you look on the counter, there's like all these drinks sitting there and a few shots sitting there, and I'm not over exaggerating. Literally, I think her friend had about maybe 4 actual drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Halfway full, some were still full. Halfway full. She had about 6 drinks that she didn't drink, and a couple of shots. Okay. I literally had nothing left because I'm like, well, people spend the money, you know, or whatever. So we get to trying to dance. Her friend goes over to the DJ booth and says, hey, can you play blah blah blah? And then she's arguing with the DJ. DJ was like, no, I'm not doing that. You can't make no requests here, you know, or whatever. So now she's over there trying to calm her friend down from getting to a fight with the DJ, right? So I'm over there like, you know, bartender's like, oh, y'all done? I'm like, no. And so I'm like, oh my God. And I'm gulping each of these drinks down. Every single one of those drinks that they had, I gulped every single one of them down. You had dark liquor. You have white clear liquor. You got mixed drinks up in there. Probably, I think there's one that was like a creamy drink because I'm more of a, you know, like a pina colada girl.
Okay.
So I'm backing down all these drinks and all these shots because I'm like, because they're like they didn't want those drinks no more.
So and why are you downing them?
Why would I'm not letting nobody's money go to waste.
Nigga, was it your money?
No, it wasn't my money, but still.
There you go.
Hey, I'm not letting somebody's hard-earned money go to waste. So, what I just backed them all down, and I'm gulping. And when I tell you, it took no time for me to feel like, oh my God, I gotta go to the bathroom. Like, I'm not sure about other people, but when I drink, I literally have to go to the bathroom like right away. My stomach starts hurting like if I ate too much or if I whatever. And then so now I'm looking for the bathroom. Now this part I am not clear on, but if I get my bestie Poison to come on here to tell her side of what her point of view was for this story, I found the bathroom, and the places that we used to frequent with, the bathrooms weren't like regular public bathrooms where there's different stalls. It's just a bathroom. So it's one stall, and you have to lock the door behind you so nobody comes in. You know what I mean? Or whatever. So I go into the bathroom. I swore I locked the fucking door, and I'm just sitting on the toilet like this. Rocking back and forth. Y'all can't see me, I'm so sorry, but I'm rocking back and forth, and I'm like, oh, I just wanted the pain to go away. So I'm trying to pee it out, you know, or whatever. I'm like, You ever get the saliva in your mouth? Like, that tells you you're about to throw up.
Of course.
So I always get that saliva build up in my mouth before I'm about to throw up. And I'm like looking for like a bucket or a garbage can or something just in case it comes up. But I'm like, oh, it's not coming. But I feel better by rocking back and forth. I felt better after a few minutes. So then all of a sudden I look up and my best friend at the door. She's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, hey. So her side of the story is that she was looking for me after she was trying to get her other friend to not argue and fight with the DJ. So when she came back, I was no longer there. So she's looking for me, and she said she started seeing a crowd of people at the at the bathroom where the bathrooms are. She's like, what is everybody gathered over there for? She's like, wait, where is she? So she's looking for me. She said she follows the crowd of people. She says she looks and the bathroom door is open. So she's thinking, damn, people fucking not caring, what's going on, you know what I mean? Or whatever. So she goes towards the bathroom. She says she just sees me on the toilet rocking back and forth. And everybody's just looking like, oh my gosh, look at her. Da, da, da. She's so drunk. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
So she grabs me up. And she gets me in. So I felt bad for her because she had to babysit basically both of us. Mm-hmm. So she grabs her friend. She throws her in the car. She throws me in the car. She's like, I cannot believe y'all. I cannot believe y'all acting like this or whatever. She drops her friend off. Then she go now I drove to her house. So she's like, you can't even drive home. I said, I'm good. I could drive home. And she's like, no, the fuck you're not. Exactly. So she took me all the way home.
Good.
Right? She took me home, and then the next day, I swear, first off, when I got home, it was hard for me to walk up the steps for some reason.
I bet.
Yeah, so by the time I got up the steps, I'm looking at my dude, and I'm like, hey, your nose is so big. I'm like, hey.
I mean, that's just what I want to hear when you come home. Yeah, you know. Who wants to hear that?
So I'm like trying to get him to get with me and stuff, and he didn't want to do anything with me because I was drunk. Like, wouldn't that be the perfect fucking time? I was so pissed. I guess I just knocked out, but I was so fucking drunk. The next day, all I know is that I just was sleeping. And I think it was towards the afternoon time, she calls me, and I finally pick up my phone. She says, hey, me and my boyfriend gonna come by and pick you up so you can come get your car. You know what I mean? Or whatever. She said, you're good, right? And I said, yeah, I'm fine. I tell you, I was not.
Wait, this is the next day?
This is the next day.
Okay.
And it's like I said, it's like in the afternoon. So it's between like 2 and 3 in the afternoon.
Okay.
So she comes by and they come to get me. First off, I still smell like alcohol. I took a shower and everything, but I still exhumed alcohol. That's how much fucking shit I drank the night before.
You didn't want to waste somebody's hard-earned money.
I didn't. So we get in the car, we start driving, and then she winds up having to pull over because I'm like, every single bump I had to fucking throw up. It didn't matter. It was so horrible. It took literally a 15-minute ride, took almost 30 minutes or so just to get to the car. And then when I got to the car, on my way home, I had to stop a few times to throw up.
Damn.
Yeah, and then it was so that. I was like, I will never. It's one of those things where I finally got home. I didn't throw up that morning. I didn't throw up that night. I threw up that afternoon after I got my car, and during that ride and the ride back, and then even when I got back home, I was throwing up more. And I'm like, it's one of those things where you be like, oh God, please let me get better from this. Please let me stop throwing up. I swear to you, I will never fucking drink like that again. I'll never drink again. I'll never take another lick of alcohol. Boy, I tell you what. That shit was horrible. That was fucking horrible. Horrible.
I mean, sound really avoidable though.
What do you mean?
You ain't had to down all of those drinks. Because somebody's hard-earned money paid for it. You could have just...
Yeah, but that was somebody's hard-earned money. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Maybe one of those drinks they bought themselves, right? But on top of that, someone else bought y'all drinks. You know what I'm saying? So why why would you ever waste money? Don't waste alcohol.
It ain't your money.
At that time.
It ain't your money.
I'm just saying, at that time.
Not your money.
At that time. That's what I'm saying.
It's not your money being wasted, so... Yeah, no. You bugging. That's all, yo. That's all
Oh my God. Anyway, do you have any stories?
I mean, yeah. I got plenty.
Wait, who's your sponsor?
You drunk now or something?
I mean, I was drinking a little bit.
You was drinking that Crystal?
You...
Crystal, that's the sponsor. All right, how about that?
Crystal is not the sponsor.
Crystal is the sponsor.
We don't have Crystal. What do you have in your cup?
I don't know what's in here, Chuck. Wait, I'm not talking about what's in my cup. This is my cup.
Oh, you was drinking today.
I'm drinking every time we're on the show. Haven't you noticed? That's what...
Oh my gosh. Are you an alcoholic?
I wish.
Oh, why? Why?
No, I don't
Why would
wish.
anyone want to wish that?
Obviously, I don't wish.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so what's your story?
It's going to sound like I'm an alcoholic if I tell this story.
Oh, boy.
Nah, so... This is a long time ago, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, long time ago. This is not any time recent, because I kind of changed my philosophies on some things, so...
Okay.
Not saying this can't happen now,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think it can happen to this level now. So, it was one of my homies' birthday.
Mm-hmm.
For the point of the story, don't matter which homie it was, don't matter. Right? So we go out, we at the bar, and of course, we drinking like crazy, celebrating, whatever. So, my other homie was the bartender. Now, to this day, every time I go out, I always get a Long Island iced tea. And it all started
That's
from...
the worst.
Yeah, but it all started from the homie. He the one that put me on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And he used to make some banging ass Long Island iced tea. So that's just became my drink.
Right.
But on this particular night, he wanted to strong arm that shit. He wanted to make them drinks extra.
Yeah.
Every drink was like, So back in the day, I used to have a rule to where if there's a drink put in front of me, I had to drink it. Had to finish it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Like, it had to be finished.
Oh, wait. So, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I just told you
Mm-hmm.
I had to drink them because they were just sitting there.
It's
and
different.
You know what? That's a whole different episode. Y'all men, y'all fucking suck. Fuck ahead.
Well, I don't know about this y'all men stuff. I'm saying the two things that we're talking about is different.
It's the same philosophy, though, behind it.
No, my philosophy is if a drink is for me and it's in front of me, I got to drink it. Well, not anymore, but this was my philosophy. It was it was for me, so I'm drinking it. You talk about random drinks, you picking up, I don't know who drinks this, money waste,
No,
you was probably hanging out by the garbage can like, oh, that drink, I'll drink it. I don't care what's in it, I'll drink it.
Wow, really?
I don't know, that's what your story sounded like.
I'm with people I know, so that's why I would drink after them.
Yeah, okay.
Or drink their drinks.
Okay.
I wouldn't be like,
look, drinking after people.
man, I need a drink. I'm going to drink whatever
that's what it
comes
seemed
my
like.
way.
I don't know.
Anyway, continue with your story.
I don't know.
Continue with your story.
Like Minister Society offering niggas cheeseburgers.
You had a thing where you have to drink whatever's in front of you.
Whatever's in front of me. Don't matter. Well, if it's for me and it's in front of me, I gotta drink it. No ifs, ands, or buts. So he was making these strong ass Long Islands.
Okay.
And they just kept coming.
Mm-hmm.
Kept coming. Dum. So then, night's over. Time to go home.
Oh boy.
Made it through the night, right? Everything good.
Yeah.
I ain't throw up nothing crazy.
Okay.
But I'm gone. I'm so fucking drunk.
Oh my god.
So my other homie was like, yo, I'm gonna take you home. I was like, bet. He takes me home. I get out the car, piece him up, I go walk on my porch, take my key out, go stick it in the door. My key not fitting in the door. I'm like, why my key not fitting in the door? Like, what's going on? Well, whatever. I don't know what's wrong with my key. Maybe I broke my key. I'm ringing the doorbell, knocking on the door, waiting for somebody to come in, and I was like, this ain't my house.
Oh my god.
This ain't my house. The crazy thing about it was, the reason I was dropped off there was because I just moved. So I got dropped off at my old house
that
I moved from probably about a couple months before. Yeah. Because, that was his first time taking me home in a while, so he didn't know I moved. I didn't, it was whatever. But so I'm like, oh shoot, I don't live here no more. Here's the crazy part of the story. I moved across the street. So I literally moved from A to B. Like, it was literally right across the street.
Yeah.
So essentially, all I got to do is cross the street and I'm home. So
yeah,
no big deal, right? Yeah. So I go across the street. As I'm walking across the street, I remember the whole night I was talking to somebody. I was texting them. I was calling them all night. And I said I was going to come through afterwards. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go through. So I call her. I'm like, yo, about to be, I'm about to come through your house, blah, blah, blah. I just was out with the homies. I'm going to come through. I'll be there in like 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, I just got dropped off, so I'm not driving as drunk as I was. But, I mean, it had to be 10, 15, 20-minute walk at the most. So I'm good. I'm just going to walk it. So I start walking. And next thing I know, I told myself, so, you a little tired? We going to take a little break.
Oh, my God.
So I stopped. I sat down on the curb. Yeah, next thing I know, I'm waking up in the hospital. And when I woke up in the hospital, first thing I was like, oh, what's going on? Why am I in the hospital? And I thought, I was like, wait. I vaguely remember a police officer asking me like hella questions. And I'm trying to piece together like, what was that? When was that? And I'm thinking like, oh, when I went to take that rest, I probably fell asleep. So I wake up and I'm here. I'm like, damn, why the fuck am I in this hospital? But I'm like, did the check. I'm good.
Yeah.
Got an IV in my arm. So I'm like, this shit hurt. So I take the IV out. I'm about to call somebody in there. I'm about to leave. I'm good. I feel totally normal. There's nothing wrong with me. So I'm ready to leave. I go to get up. And something is in me. Like,
okay.
Something is in me. Like,
something is in you.
Yeah, like, so before this day, I never even heard the word before. I had a catheter in me. Before this day, I didn't even know what one was. I had a catheter in me. I reached down there. I'm like, yo, what the? I'm like, is this joint connected? Like, what is going on? Is it in there? Like, and I go to take it out. I'm like, I'm gonna just take this shit out. I go to take it out. I'm like, whoa, it's like in there. So I start yelling, pushing the button, telling somebody, nobody came. Nobody's coming. I'm like, yo, what is this thing in me? I'm freaking out because I don't know what this thing is in me. Why did I do the worst thing ever? What do you think? What do you think I did? The worst thing you could possibly do in that moment. What do you think I did?
Try to take it out?
Yeah. I succeeded. I yanked it out.
Why the fuck would you yank it out?
I don't.
There's a particular thing that they have to do to get that out.
Again, prior to this day,
oh my God,
I didn't even know catheters existed. I just know it was in me. And I don't know how it got there, and I know it don't belong there. Yanks it out. When I tell you, I never felt pain like that before in my life.
Oh my God.
That's not an exaggeration. Like that, not only did it hurt for the next, like, I don't know, 2 weeks, peeing was like an adventure. Like,
oh.
And it's like, it sucked too, because it was either you don't go pee and hold it and just do one massively painful piss the whole day, or you take small little pees throughout the day because it's less painful, but it's like you're multiplying it because you have to do it bop down, as opposed to one painful ass piss. Like, there's no right answer, but like, yeah, it took a long time for me to piss normal. But
that I can't imagine.
Yeah, no, but I woke up and I just snatched it out, and that was the stupidest thing I think I've ever done in my life. But I didn't know, and nobody came. I'm yelling, I'm pushing buttons. I'm like, nobody came. Even when I yanked it out and I'm screaming in pain, it still took forever for somebody to come. Like, so yeah. Then they finally came in there, and they was like,
I can't imagine.
She's like, you're not supposed to take this out. I'm like, now you tell me. It's like, what is it? And then she was like, oh, well, you came in and we didn't want you to pee on yourself. And I was like, let me pee on myself next time. I was like, this ever happen again? Let me pee on myself. I'll pee on everything. I don't care. Don't put this thing in me. Like,
Do not catheter.
yeah. I need one of those. There needs to be a form that I fill out, and it is do not catheter. Absolutely not. A DNC form. I need that.
Oh my god.
For real. That was that.
Yo.
It was the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life.
So how many of those drinks did you have?
How many?
Yeah.
I wasn't counting.
And
they were strong.
And
But
Long Islands are like the mutt of drinks because they have a bit of everything fucking in it.
So just imagine, like, it don't even take, like, Long Island don't take much.
No.
So
there's no effort.
I don't know. That probably was the most Long Islands I ever had in my life. I don't know. But
wow.
I wasn't counting. But it was a lot. And even if it wasn't a lot, they all was super strong. Like, he was doing that shit on purpose strong. Like, yeah. I was. I mean, if I would have just got dropped off at the right house,
yeah,
I would have went inside and I would have passed out. But the whole walk across the street did it. Because I walked across the street, now I'm like, I think I'm up. I'm calling. Nah, that was the bad. That wasn't the move. I should have just took my ass in the house when I realized this is the house. But yeah. So, I know what a catheter is now, though.
I bet you do.
I'll never forget it, man. I'll never.
I bet you do.
I never came close to nothing like that again. That's for sure.
I mean, I've seen people drunk, but I've never been that drunk before. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen people drunk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's so crazy because you're like, dang, how could they? And it's just like, it just should. Now you understand, like, the shit just fucking happens. Like, you literally have no control.
You hit that point of no return, and you don't realize what happened. Like, you just, like, before you get that, whatever that one drink that put you over, that one sip, that one whatever it was, that one shot, whatever it was that put you over, is like, it just puts you in another place.
Yeah.
And that's it. Once you hit that, it's over. You can't. It's no going back. It's no whatever control you thought you had is you. It's gone.
Yeah.
You can see that control is gone.
Oh my god.
It's gone. And for me, that night, I lost control way early. I probably was 2 or 3 in early, because normally on a normal night, I would easily do 3-4 LRTs. Like, that's nothing. Yeah. But that night, at the moment that I was at 3 LRTs, it was probably like 5 or 6, because that's how strong he was making. See, that was the problem. The problem was I was judging what I was drinking based off of what I normally drink.
Right.
Not based off of the fact that these shits is extra strong.
Right.
And I think that's what happens sometimes too. Sometimes you go in knowing, oh, I can drink this much. But if your drink ain't what it normally is, or if you switch up or whatever, or if you're drinking Crystal while you pre-gaming and you don't count that into your normal amount of drinks, that shit'll fuck you up. That's what it be. That's what it be. Like, there's always a thing that just throws off your count.
Absolutely.
So for me, it was the fact that they were so strong, and like I said, I'm early 20s. Like I'm I think I'm invincible, and like I said, I had this ridiculous rule where you put a drink in front of me, I gotta drink.
Yep.
So like,
that's exactly how it was for me, and I was just like, never again.
But yeah, no, that catheter changed my life. I never mess around like that again. Like,
oh my god.
I mean, I've been probably that level drunk before, but I was definitely more cautious, and I kind of made sure that I wouldn't end up with a catheter in me. Like, but yeah, no.
I drove home.
Drove home what?
Drunk before a couple of times actually, but I'm more of a paranoid person, so if I smoke or drink, I'm still kind of a paranoid person, but I'm still like, drinking makes me a little bit more looser, like, but smoking makes me a little bit more carefree, but it also puts me on high paranoid alert.
Okay.
So I lose my buzz when I'm driving home, when I drove home those times drunk, because you see a cop or you see sirens or whatever. You look.
It ain't nothing like seeing a car. That shit will sober you up.
It
don't even matter.
So why does that happen?
Driving, walking, sleeping.
Yeah.
I don't know. That seeing a car, that shit just everything changed.
Yeah, like you get so alert. Like I don't feel drunk no more. I don't feel high no more. I don't feel nothing no more. You're just like, all right, I'm normal, Sam. I'm good. If you pull me over, like I'm good. Like But why does that happen? Like, cause you be feeling good, like you drink, you feel good, like I'm cool, I'm mellow, you know what I mean? I'm having a good time. Let me get in this car and just go home. I'm gonna have a dope ass sleep. Yeah, my sleep gonna be fucking amazing. I you see a cop, or you see just cops, like pull somebody else over, you get scared as a motherfucker, or they be behind you and they don't put their lights on, you get paranoid as shit. Yep. And you do sober the fuck up within 0.5. Like, I'm just saying, like, why does that happen?
Don't know.
That shit's crazy.
That's a real thing.
That shit's crazy.
That is a real thing. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy, too. As wild as I was always smart enough to never be the driver. Because if you notice in that story, I told you, my homie drove me home, or this and that, or I was going to walk to the chick. Like, I always made sure that if I was going to drink, there was no way I was going to drive. It's crazy now that I'll just drive, and I'll try to, like, you know what I'm saying, monitor things and make sure I'm good to drive. But like younger me, I was like, no, I'm not even taking that chance. It's like, nope. I give away the keys to my car to anybody. I'm not driving.
I don't know. Like
I'm driving.
Yeah.
So no, like I never.
I'm usually always a driver, so I never really get to drink. So I'm like, the beginning of the night, if we're all out or whatever, like I'll have a drink or two early. This way, by the time we do leave, I'm pretty much sober enough to, whatever. But
yeah, no, I don't want to be that guy. I hate being the driver or the sober guy. Like, I mean, look, if we all sober, it's all good.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
if none of us are drinking, I'm good.
Yeah.
If everybody's drinking except me, no.
Yeah. The only time I'll really drink like that is if it's like a house party. Because I'll sleep on your motherfucking floor. I'll sleep on your floor real quick. Just because I want to have a good time with everybody else. Like, you know what I mean?
You reminded me of my Connecticut days, man.
Yeah.
We used to go in. I definitely step on my homie's floor a lot in Connecticut. Definitely.
Yeah, man. That'd be some funny stuff. Drinking and stuff. Like, I don't know. You know what I don't get? I don't know how people can do it every fucking day. And get drunk every day. Like, I mean, look. It is what it is, but me, like, I just couldn't personally do it. Like, I drank for a couple of days straight because it was something was going on, and almost everybody I knew wanted to do something, or I would just get a call like every day for almost a whole week, and every day I would go out and I would like kind of drink. My kids got older, and it's like I don't know how the fuck they do it, because it made me feel fucking like shit every day. Waking up, I felt like shit. I wasn't super drunk, but just drinking it just made me feel like shit.
I remember my first trip to Vegas. That was the first time I really been, like, you gotta understand, we got there, we left in the morning, right? But because of the time difference, we get there, it was like the same time we left. It was like early in the morning. It was mad weird, but like we started drinking right from then, and then just the whole time we was only there for 2-3 days, whatever it was, because we was there for a basketball. That's the crazy thing too. Is there for a basketball tournament. We went to playing basketball and shit, and like we had to sub each other out so we could throw up because we were hungover. And
oh my god!
But
yeah, that's crazy.
But like it was literally, that was the first time I ever just non-stop drinking. Like it was just like in the morning you drinking, and then of course the nighttime come you drinking. Yeah. Then the next day, the only time we wasn't drinking is when we was playing basketball. But as soon as that was over, we went right to the spot. And it's Vegas. I had the big ass drink that's like 100 feet tall, and it's like fucking. And you just and then you just get another one when that's finished. Like it was just ridiculous, like unbelievable. Like it was just like, so that was the first time I really did that. It wasn't the last time, but it was the first time I did something like that, where it's just like, don't even matter what time of day it is. Like,
I'm more of a smoker. Like I literally more of a smoker. Like I have more of a good time smoking than I do drinking.
Hey, whatever works, man.
You know what I mean? Smoking don't make me throw up. It don't, like, you know what I mean? Like,
whatever gets you.
That's why I understand how people do it. Like, you know, I could smoke every single day for a whole week. You know what I'm saying? I could smoke every single day for a whole week and wake up and still feel okay. But no, I can't. Never mind. We'll talk about our smoking stories or weed.
I mean, I don't really got much.
Another day.
I
got a few.
I don't smoke, so I don't really got much.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. Yeah, that's a whole different story. But
yo,
that's a whole different story.
You remember the time you got me that moonshine though?
Oh shit!
Yo, you made me miss work. The next day.
Shit.
Yo, the next day was a holiday.
We got it in there with that one.
The next day was a holiday, and I missed holiday pay for you.
My ex-coworker, my boy Roland.
You dropping niggas' names?
I shouldn't have did that.
I don't know.
They ain't gonna be listening. So
I ain't snitch on nobody, just so you know.
I'm just saying oh shit, you're right.
You're snitching. Too late, you said it. It's out there now.
I don't think he does it anymore. But he was like, you know, basically.
I'm gonna start calling you 6'9".
Fuck it. Fuck you.
Just saying.
Anyway, so he basically was making drinks. Like it was like back then, people would make drinks as a side hustle, and you just go pick them up or whatever like that. You know what I mean, or whatever. So he, you know, I think I bought something from him the first time, and it was like really good. It was really, really good. So
come on, get to the part where you set me up. Go ahead.
I didn't set you up.
You 100%.
I think it was like the holiday, like a 4th of July or some shit like that.
One of those Memorial Day. One of them days. One of them. But it wasn't. It was the day before.
Okay, well,
because the next day,
my boy hit me up and basically said, "Yo, I got some more of those drinks." No, he said, "I got like this new batch of drinks that I blah blah blah. Do you want some? We can meet up and you know whatever." So we meet up. I pay him. He gives me the drink, and he says, these are a bit stronger than, because they got like a whole different ingredients or whatever. So it's like, all right, cool, no problem. He said, tell me what you think when it's done, blah blah blah. And I said, okay, cool. So he said, but keep it refrigerated so it'll be nice and cold. You don't want to really drink it hot. I said, all right, cool. So I put it in the fridge, right? Because I was gonna come back to your house, you know, to see your mom and stuff like that or whatever. So
go ahead.
So I left.
Yep.
And where'd I go? I went to my mom's house. No, I went out with my kids or whatever. But anyway, so at the end of the night, I had to come back and get my stuff.
Okay,
so
hold on. That's.
Oh, I said, yo.
When you came with the stuff,
I
said,
hey,
I'm putting this stuff in the fridge.
If you want,
I'm putting the stuff in the fridge. If you want some, you can have some. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. Then you left. Hold on. You left. Then you called me and was like, yo, my boy keep pressing me. He wants to know if the drinks are good. Did you taste it? I'm like, nah. He was like, no, yo, can you just taste it? I just need it.
Yeah.
So I go, all right. I go get the drink. Now, you really didn't tell me what it was.
Yeah.
But anyway, I go get the drink and I taste it. I'm like, yo, this shit good as hell. But I'm like, this shit kind of weak though. It's kind of weak. Let me get some more. Boom, I get some more. And I'm like, yo, this shit is good as hell. And I hit you up like, yo, this shit good as hell. Can I have some more? You like, take as much as you want.
Yo.
Take as much as you want. Not once did you say that I was drinking fucking moonshine. You didn't say that.
I didn't know. When I came, if you guys are listening to this, when I came back to get,
I did not know.
When I came back to get my alcohol, right?
When you came back, that's when you wanted to be like, oh.
You were sitting on your porch, and you were over the ledge part of the porch.
I don't even remember that.
Right? You were over the ledge part of the porch, like. You kept doing like this.
Oh, I know what I remember.
You were covering your eyes. I'm coming up on the porch like, what the fuck is wrong with him? I'm like, yo, you good? I'm like, yo, you good? And then you kept covering your eyes and you kept rocking back and forth, but then you stood up and had your hands crossed with your head in your hands. And you was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh my God, I don't know what's going on. What's going on? What's happening? I'm like, that's all you kept saying. You kept repeating.
I didn't know what was going on.
I'm like, okay, so what's wrong? Like, what happened? You know what I mean? Or whatever. You're like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? Your sister's boyfriend's coming outside being nosy, trying to find out, like, you know, what's going on with you or whatever. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, yo, are you good? What's wrong with you? Do you need to go to the hospital? Are you okay? I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you fussing and fighting? Why is this person stopped in front of the car like that? I'm like, why are you fussing right now? Like, why are you yelling? What's going on? And then, I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on, man. Then I was like, bleh. I'm like, what? You threw up all the side of the railing that the front of the house was on. Right. And it was going all the way down. I'm like, oh my God.
Sounds about right.
I'm like, oh my God. I run in the house. I go into the bathroom. I get like a towel or something, and I wet that, and I like come outside because now you're laid out on the porch, on the ground on the porch, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on. I'm saying, like, I'm like, all right, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I really don't got fucking time for this. I just want to go home.
Sounds about right.
So I'm like trying to get you up, and now I'm wiping, like I'm putting the thing on your forehead, the wet thing, and on your forehead and on the back of your neck, because I'm like, are you high? Are you sweaty? You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. Well, all I know is that you got up enough to go into your room and go to sleep. I left. My boy calls me the next day. He says, yeah, how was it? I'm like, bro, I pretended it was me because I didn't know what was in that shit. So I'm just like, no. Yeah, before I left, I said, did you drink anything? And I looked, and all of it was half, not even half. It was more than gone.
You said I got as much as I want.
I know, but I still needed it. Like, I thought I was going to try it myself.
It was enough for you to try it.
I didn't want to try it after seeing your ass.
Yeah, thanks for the warning.
So he goes, so basically he says, I said, yo, what the fuck was in that shit? I didn't know what was happening. It tasted so good that I kept drinking more and more and more. So what the fuck was in that shit, bro? And then he was like, oh shit, I gave you the wrong one. I said, the wrong one or what? I meant to give you my, he said the proper batch. That batch had like triple moonshine in it. I said, what the fuck is triple moonshine? He says, he says, my grandfather has actual moonshine tree, or my grandfather makes actual moonshine, so that's like 1,000% full moonshine. Like, it's not whatever, you know what I mean? It's like handmade moonshine, and it's so potent that like when I added it to it, my grandfather likes it that way, so I gave you the wrong one. I said, are you kidding me? He's like, no, I'm so sorry. I was like, all that was in it was moonshine, and then whatever, you know, you made the drink. Yeah. And then he's like, yeah, because it was like a strawberry type of smoothie-ish.
It was good,
right? It was good,
tasting.
right?
I don't know.
Yeah, so that's basically what I told him.
You know what I do know?
What?
The next day was a holiday.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to get paid time and a half, and I don't never miss work for nothing, and you know this.
That's for your greedy ass. Anybody tell
but
you?
But it ain't even about the time and a half. You know I never miss work. Like, when you ever see me miss work? Never.
Oh my God.
I couldn't go to work if I tried.
But I didn't.
You said I can have as much as I want.
I did not. I said you can have some. I didn't say you can have the whole thing.
As much as I want.
Right, because I had.
Nigga, you told me to make myself at home. I make myself at home. Then you can't walk in and be like, what the fuck are you in my fridge for? Nigga, you said make myself at home.
But it was brand new. It was however big the bottle was that he made, or jar that he made. That didn't mean you go ahead and drink the whole thing.
As much as I want. That's what you said.
Anyway, the point of it being is that I did not know. It was never set up. You know, so I didn't set you up for anything.
Oh, magically after the fact. Oh, yeah, it was 1,000% moonshine. You know, after the fact.
Like I didn't know. He didn't tell me.
You
did.
Said,
yeah, it's got a little something special in there.
Yo, you know how I know you set me up?
You know what? I said, oh, that's cool. That's cool.
You know how I know you set me up?
What?
I know you set me up because initially you was like, oh, have whatever you want. Then you called me like, nigga, hurry up. Did you start drinking it yet? Blah, blah, blah. That's how I knew it was this. Now, like, I should have realized in that moment.
Wait. So I knew. So I set you up by forcing you to hurry up and drink it?
Yeah.
I did not know that nigga had that shit up in there.
When you called me and I didn't do it, you was like, oh, shit, I got to get this nigga to do it, man. The setup ain't going to work.
I didn't know he had that in there.
The setup ain't going to work.
And you know what? You can blame me all you want to. All I'm saying is that you should have understood not to drink the whole thing anyway.
Man, I feel like, you know what I feel like? I was your test dummy. You know why? Because you was probably about to do some shit. Remember that movie with was it J-Lo and them, and they was like drugging niggas and like robbing them and stuff? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, hustling?
Yeah, I feel like I was your test dummy to see if that shit worked. So now you know, like, yeah, go to some nigga
Don't
house.
give me no ideas.
I'm just saying.
Better call my boy up now, like, yo, you still doing the drink?
Yeah. Be like, oh, this shit tastes weak, right? This shit weak. And then the whole time you laughing inside, like, yeah. Texting your girls, like, yeah, he drinking 1,000% moonshine. Like 20 minutes, come on in, we gonna get his credit cards, we gonna run them, just like they was doing.
Why did I do that shit?
I don't know. I was a test dummy. That's why you were so eager for me to take it. That's why. You were so eager for me to taste it, so you was like, yo, I need to know if it works.
No.
You probably had somebody set up the next night.
No.
And you needed me to do it then so you could know.
That's not what it was, but if that's what you want to believe,
I mean, it makes sense.
Hey, whatever you want to believe, you are an American.
It makes sense.
You have the right, dude, to do and believe whatever the fuck you want to do or believe.
I was the test dummy, apparently.
You're not a test dummy. You know I'm not an alcoholic.
Or exactly why I was down and drink most of it.
Right, but for me, if I would have had that for myself, it would have been in my fridge for quite a long time because I would have only been taking a sip here or there.
So you told me to take as much as I want. So I left enough for you because you don't even drink like that. I didn't know it was 1,000% moonshine, but I just thought it was some regular shit.
Wow.
Shit tasted like a wine cooler. I didn't fucking know.
Wow. Anyway, so I think that was a crazy story. Like I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I didn't.
I totally forgot about that. Oh my god.
I didn't forget about that.
Oh my god, I'm kind of glad I didn't drink that shit.
Oh, see? Shit,
I don't know what the fuck I would have been doing. I don't even know what's going on, man. What's going on, man? What's going on? Like, yeah, I don't want to be that like that.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. I think that's going to conclude. I think that was a good way to end this episode.
That was not a good way for you.
That was a good way to end this episode.
Good way for you.
Of the Bored Milf. What? Thank you again, my co-host Scooby the Gambler. STG on MCU on YouTube.
They could just Google me. Like it's faster.
Scooby the Gambler.
What the hell is the
Gambler?
There's no. That's one E. There's not two E's. The has two E's.
Scooby the Gambler.
Why you gotta say it like that? It's just the
Scooby the Gambler.
Thank you.
Scooby the Gambler. And
I'm with the Bored Milf. See, it doesn't sound right.
The Bored Milf.
Yeah, but the Bored Milf.
But if someone said it, I wouldn't be offended like how you
They're
are.
gonna spell your shit wrong.
Man, you need to learn how to drink right.
What the fuck does that even mean?
You don't have proper etiquette when you drink.
I don't have proper etiquette when I don't. So I'm a loss. There's no such thing as proper etiquette.
We're gonna end this show now.
Proper etiquette don't even exist.
And now you're gonna keep going on. It's so ridiculous.
I was just letting you know. Like,
here we go.
All
right. Thank you for joining me on another crazy episode of Story Time. So again, thank you. I'm your girl, the Bored Milf.
The Bored Snitch. You snitched on niggas.
The Bored Milf. This is my
so bored you started snitching on niggas. Like, snitches for niggas is just for something to do.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please come back for more. Check me out on Instagram, the Bored Milf. YouTube, I'm actually being more active with a little bit of help from Scooby the Gambler. The Bored Milf on YouTube as well. And for those of you that don't like any of those, but still like to email, theboredmilf2020@gmail.com.
People still send email?
Yeah. Theboredmilf2020.com. And remember, I'm on.
Wait, let me guess. You made that email in 2020. That's why it's Bored Milf 2020.
Yeah.
Kind of figured out.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Yeah, do your closing.
So remember.
Don't take moonshine from her. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
So remember, if you're bored, and I'm bored, and I'm bored, and you're bored, let's talk. Take care. Turn it off, nigga.
Why do I have to turn it off?